Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jade, and this is How to App on iOS. And today, finally got it.
The brand new iPad Pro 2022. Oh, yeah.
But first, we're going to kick off with a bit of torture. It's Melbourne Cup Day in here, the longest horse race in the world, the cruelest horse race in the world. So we're going to go out with some utensils. Horse racing is for fuckwits. Welcome to the show. My name is Jade. This is How to App on iOS. You were just listening to one of my side projects called Utensils, taken from the album Symphony of Stupidity, which took me a bit over a year to construct. I think it has 7 songs, and it was all constructed in a sheet music software on the iPad. I completely wrote 7 symphonic pieces and then reversed them, messed them all up, screwed them all around and put them in a washing machine, and that is the product. And that song is called Horse Racing is for fuckheads or fuckwits, because today in Australia is Melbourne Cup Day. It is the horse race that stops the nation. Why? Because it's the horse race that kills the most horses every year. Every year. This long, arduous, disgusting race takes place here in Melbourne. It's a public holiday, and every year up to 3 horses die whilst running in this race. And while the race is going, you will see people come out with a blanket and shoot the horses on the track, while a bunch of vile, insipid, broke-ass pieces of shit wearing cheap suits drink their day away, laying on the grass, spewing all over each other. It's the single most disgusting horse race of all time. And if you support it, you are filth. There we go. Say nup to the cup is what I say. So a bit of a protest today. Pete Johns, thank you to Pete. He reminded me of this song. He sent me a message last night saying, I'm just listening to Horse Racing is for Fuckwits, remembering how bad the Melbourne Cup race is for tomorrow. So thanks, Pete, for reminding me. So if you like a bit of demented symphonic rubbish, go and check it out. There's a link pinned at the top of the chat. I hope you're all doing good today. It's a good day. Feeling okay today? We'll see how we're going by the end of the show. Welcome to the Wart Warriors, who spend $1 a month to have cool custom emojis and support the channel. Thank you very much for being here, and to everybody here who's in the chat. Let's say hello to you all. Jim Shannon on sounds. It's the Felcro. It's Oscar the Grouch Russ 8889. Who else is here? I saw Cy. Effing good to see you. There's Thomas Christ. There's my friend Cy. There's Leela, who just had an amazing show over on her channel. Put your link in the channel, Leela. Leela's got her new tag finally, which is youtube.com/@LuReality. She's doing well. She's doing well. Ed B. Medals here as well. What's going on, Ed? I hope you're doing good too. Kim Harden Hudson, hello. Joe Glenn, thank you, Joe. Speaking of impressive, Joe and Barry Glenn have a premiere after tomorrow's show. After my show, I'll dump you all over there. They are premiering their brand new track, which will be really fun. It's a nice little ditty. And guess what? It's almost as long as that song you just heard then. I think it goes for 8 minutes. So, good stuff. The Cold Fish is in the house. Cold Acre, what's going on? Gregory O'Sullivan, boom. Tom Caraher is here as well. I think I'm opening tomorrow's show with his track. It's a good one. You've got Ron Ward in the bar serving drinks. You've got Laurie's Mishmosh drunk and dancing to Tom for some reason. She must be drunk if she's dancing to Tom. Mark Bro, hello. What do you know? And if I missed anyone as I scroll up, I think I've got, Audible's been timed out. as per usual. Gozzo of Oz down there, I can see you. I saw Timothy right up the top as well. Hi, Timothy. If I've missed your name, I'm a unt. It is what it is. Alrighty. So let me know if I've missed your name and just and I'll give you a call out. I think I've got most of you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. It was a good day yesterday. So yesterday I made the call to buy the iPad, to go out and buy the iPad 2022. I rang my friend and made the purchase over the phone, and I was told, yes, come pick it up today. This was yesterday at 1 p.m. I had a wait time between 1 p.m. and 1:15 p.m. I had to be there within that time limit to pick up the iPad. So we scooted down to Apple and picked it up. And if you following the channel, you would have noticed also yesterday, I have delved into the world of shorts. And yesterday, instead of doing a painfully awkward, long and unnecessary video unboxing this beauty here, I did it within a couple of shorts. And boy, was I surprised, man. Those shorts, you know, bring the milkshake to the yard or whatever that song is. I had no idea shorts could bring some people. But here we go. Here is the box of the brand new iPad. This is the 1 terabyte, 6th generation iPad, 12.9 inch Wi-Fi only, because I don't need another SIM or anything like that. And good fun. So I did the unboxing on shorts if you want to check that out. It's nice and quick and won't waste too much of your time, unlike this show here. What's going on, Mamsy? Mamsy Moo? Hope you're doing good. Spent quite a few hours chatting with Mamsy last night. Did we chat last night? Damn, did we chat. And Cold Acre as well. I'm trying to get the box open to this because there's something in here I want to show you. So here's the box. There's nothing in here. There's no... and look at this. Look what you get with the iPad. Stickers! Stickers! You got stickers, man. You got stickers. I got stickers. Anyway, so I threw the iPad in the bin because this is all I wanted for $3,000. Some stickers, man. Stickers, man. Yeah. So let's run through the process of setting this thing up. Basically, I pulled the thing out of the box and ripped off all the paper and all that jazz, and I held it next to my iPad, and this lovely screen popped up and said, would you like to copy all of the data from your current iPad directly from this iPad to your new iPad? And I've never seen that before. It was very new. I'm used to just it asking me to set up the iPad from a backup. Or you can actually, you can put it close to your other iPad, but it does it still from a backup. I've never seen it do a direct transfer from iPad to iPad. And I was skeptical, like anything that's new. I was like, what's going on? Crazy, get off my lawn. But I did it, and it said, so my iPad has the old iPad, this one here, the 2018 iPad Pro, is a 500 gigabyte iPad. So it was practically full. It had about 15 gig of space free. So that's a lot of gig to transfer. It did it all in 3 hours. 3 hours it transferred all of the data, and all it had to do was download the apps. And as you see on my iPad, which you see it every day here, there's a lot of apps on my iPad. There's a lot of apps to download. They do allow you to do it in the store, Jim. But the deal is with going in the store and doing it, you are in an open network. So I would, and you've got a lot of people mooching off that network within the store. So I prefer not to do it there because you've got a whole lot of people mooching off that network, and it's going to take a lot of time. Yeah. So it took 3 hours to get it all across here. The transfer process has gotten really quick. So 3 hours, and I was in Clubhouse with Mamsie and Cold Acre while it was happening. 3 hours, and then once it was done, it went through all these apps, and they were slowly loading. And there's more apps too. Like there's folders here as well. So you got folders of apps here. So there's more than just what we've got here. All up, it probably took all up about 5.5 hours, and it was done. Super impressed by the time it took to do that. And what was another benefit of transferring the data directly, because you basically have to leave the iPad plugged in next to this iPad, to the other iPad. But what was really cool, normally when you do an iCloud backup and then you go into all your apps, you have to re-log into everything. Facebook, you have to put in all the passwords for your email, virtually everything you have to put your passwords in for. I hardly have had to put any passwords in. It just got everything across somehow. So that's new. I'm very impressed by that. So it was very, very painless to set up. And boy, is this motherfucker fast. I'll tell you what, it is fast, fast, fast. Let's talk about who this iPad is for first, because it's important to talk about this. In my opinion, if you have an iPad 2021, this is not the iPad for you. This is not it. Stay on what you have. Absolutely. There has been a lot of reviews about this iPad, and there has been a lot of shit canning of this iPad. And I get it, right? I get it that, for one, the major glaring issue with this iPad Pro, absolutely, without a doubt, is the uninclusion of the new placement of the front-facing camera. That got moved to the cheap iPad. That's ridiculous. It really is ridiculous. But let's try and understand why this happened. There's reasons. There's clearly reasons for this. And I'm just going to say what they are, because they are a reality. The world is in a recession. Inflation is shooting up everywhere. For Apple, even though they are a multi-billion-dollar company, it would be idiotic for them to do a complete refresh of this iPad, of the design, and move all the stuff around inside and do all of that. Why? Because nobody's got any fucking money to buy these things. This thing is $3,200. See you later, Mark. Hello, Mr. Z. The Z-man's here. So it would be stupid to do that for Apple, because I just don't think they're going to sell as many of these anyway. So billions of dollars to retool, get this all set out, to send out to a world that is facing a global recession. And at the same time, Apple, knowing that just upgrading this thing with the M2 chip is going to fuel the ire of YouTube content creators all over YouTube. And they've come out in drones. They're everywhere, banging their fists. This iPad doesn't make me happy. I bought last year's and the one before and the one before and the one before and the one before. And they're all pissy. Who gives a shit, man? Because you've got last year's. You don't need this. There's no point getting upset. This iPad is for somebody who has the 2020 iPad Pro or below. Absolutely. If you've got the 2020, it doesn't have an M1 chip. I had the 2018 iPad, and it's got 6 gig of RAM. It's slow as fuck. It's really slowing down. I was having a lot of trouble just loading a few instances of music. So this is the right time for me to update. And, did I sit there at the same time and think, oh man, but I'll bet next year they release it with the camera in the different place. But trust me, if you sit around waiting for technology to come out for the, to suit it, to have some single thing, you're fucking fooling yourself. Technology, this iPad that I've bought, this one right here, this is already outdated. This is already, it's done, man. Once you buy it, it's outdated. It's done. So you can't live your life waiting for the next thing and hoping the next thing's going to be better than the last. So for me, this was a no-brainer. Plus, as you know on the channel, I have been saving up for this probably since about May. Yeah? I've been putting away my dollars, the money I make from SuperChats and Patreon, and my sponsorship with DistroKid, and putting little bits away. So by the time this came out, I was able to afford this. Why? Because I need this to future-proof this show. So I can, because the apps are just going to be getting bigger and better, more desktop quality apps. It's happening very slowly, but it is happening. So I need to have, this is the focal point of my whole show. Everything is based around this iPad. So that is the reason I purchased this iPad. And boo-hoo to all of these YouTube content creators who are crying their eyes out going, I didn't get what I want. But last year, they all got what they wanted. You know what I'm saying? And they were all saying it in their reviews. They're saying, you don't need to buy this. If you got last year's, you're good. No shit. Like, these things, if you buy an iPad Pro, something like this, these things cost the price of a fucking car. The same price as a fucking car. You should be getting 5-6 years out of one of these motherfuckers. I got 5 years out of this thing, pretty much, you know. I think I got it, 2018. So 4 years I got out. You should be getting that amount of time out of it. You shouldn't need to be buying one every year. That's overkill. It's stupid. So there's my little rant about this. Because, you know, it's worth considering if you are making music on your iPad, if you have an iPad Pro or you have a little normal low-entry iPad, and if your music projects are struggling and they're choking and you're adding your AUV3s and everything's stuttering, this is where you consider getting an update. But if you got a 2021, fucking stay with it. It's virtually the same iPad. All right. I think from tests of this running, it runs at like 15% faster with this M2. The main necessity for me to have this really is because it is virtually the same iPad. Hello, Princess and Fat Panda Cat. The main reason I need this is for space and for 16 gigs of RAM. They're the most important things. I don't give a shit about the fancy pencil stuff. It's about the 16 gigs of RAM. We're talking a desktop. We're talking, you know, this has got more power, this thing, right now, than my Mac Mini sitting over here. It's got more power than this, a fucking desktop computer. You know, it absolutely has more power than that. So it's an incredible device. And anybody who's crying their little eyes out saying it's a piece of shit and Apple have taken a crap in everybody's face, seriously, have fun. All right? Why don't you go and make something with it and stop crying? Because that's what it's all about, folks. It's about making stuff with these things at the end of the day. All right, so let's have a look at it. Here it is. It looks virtually the same as it is. It looks exactly the same as my previous iPad. The only difference you can see when you look at it from the back is the camera. It's got another camera. It's a high quality camera, much more quality camera. That's great. Will I be using the camera to do things with it? I doubt it. I doubt I'm going to be walking around holding an iPad filming stuff, because this iPad for me sits here. It stays here on the desk. That's its place, you know. It has its magic keyboard. It does its. This is the center of my universe. Okay, so when I set it all up and all the apps were put on it, the first thing I had to do was update to iOS 16.1, and that went really smooth. And all the way through, I've been shitting myself going, what if my music apps don't work? What if my music apps don't work? And I'm sure I'm going to find some things don't work. And that is what you get when you update to iOS early. I normally wait till about January the 5th to update, but this year I've got a new iPad, so I had to update. Some other good news. If you are rocking a 2020 iPad Pro or a 2018 iPad Pro, on iOS 16, Apple have now decided to allow you to have the new mission control thing, whatever that's called. I don't even know what it's called. This thing. Let's see if I can get it happening. Bring up a browser here. Look at this. This is sick. This is exactly what I've been waiting for on the iPad. It's mission control. I forget what it's called. Somebody will help me out in the chat. It's early in the morning. Stage Manager. Thank you, Sai. You rock. So if you've got a 2020 iPad or a 2018 iPad Pro or a 2020 iPad Pro, Apple have unlocked Stage Manager for those devices, which is great. And how do you get to Stage Manager? When you install iOS 16, it's not available to you immediately. You have to go and find it. So you go to your settings, right? Let's find where it is. And it's under this new section here called Home Screen and Multitasking. And it is down here, Stage Manager. This is where you turn it on. And you can decide from here too if you want the recent apps to show on the side or you want your dock to show. You can turn those off and have them. So I'll show you what I mean. When you turn them off, they're still there, interestingly enough. Jump out of this and open up our Safari again. They're still there, but instead, to bring them up, you have to swipe from the bottom or swipe from the left to bring them into shot. I like that. It's really smooth, really smooth. But I do like them when they're, so I can swipe up here. And when you swipe one of them, the other one disappears. That's pretty cool. But we'll go back and turn those back on because I like them constantly being there. Where are we? It's down the bottom. I think there it is. On. So let's have a look at how it works too. So even now in the settings app, we are in Stage Manager because it's turned on. And you can see down the bottom here, we've got this little like semicircle, little smile over here. I can grab that with my finger and at any time resize. And what they've done, here's how the resize works. It's interesting. It's an interesting choice. They've tried to put it on a grid. So as you can see, when I drag this, it snaps to certain sizes. So if I drag it up, it's not allowing me to make this app square or any further. I'll show you my finger, how I'm dragging. It's not allowing it to go anyway that way. But not all apps react the same. So it kind of works on a grid. If I want to bring in another app, I can drag that from over here and drag it in. And there we go. Now we've got the two of them. And now this one is overlapping. So if I shrink this, and you'll see when we've got two of them on the screen, the little circles change. So it's on this side now, which means, so if it's on the left, the little circle's there. So you can go over. So as you can see with this one, it's allowed me to go with the Photos app. And when you move things across, they kind of replace each other's side. They resize. So it's quite cool. I like it. And with each of these too, with the old iPad, we had the 3 dots up the top. When you click on these now, you get the options of full screen, add another window, or minimize. And you can have up to 4 things set up here, I do believe. So when you hit add another window, let's add GarageBand, shall we? So now we've got GarageBand. Can you believe this? Who ever thought you would see GarageBand and the option, the settings in the background here, and your photos all being able to just jump around so easily? I'm blown away by this. And yeah, there's GarageBand. And, you know, because GarageBand was one of those ones that you really couldn't have open at the same time as A lot of doors are like that. You couldn't have a door open with anything else. You couldn't even do split screen with some doors. Hi, Eileen. Hope you're doing good. If I missed anyone, there's Frank Terzo. What's going on, my friend? So here we've got GarageBand open. And I can bring in LumaFusion as well. So now, this is mad. So now we've got GarageBand playing in the background and LumaFusion playing a video in the front. What? That's some serious processing power right there. This thing's a beast. Can't deny it. And what's interesting with Stage Manager, you can see to the side here, it creates stages, right? So you can have 4 stages with 4 windows in each stage. So this stage here, you can see we've got GarageBand, photos, and settings, where this stage only has 1, this stage has 1, this stage has 1. So that's a lot of processing power going on right there. If we jump over here and click this, this brings back GarageBand, the Photos app, and settings. All happening in once. So if we click the little dots up here again, you can minimize, you can close. So if we hit minimize, now that GarageBand has been, let's move over here. You can see that GarageBand has been put back over on the shelf by itself. It's no longer a part of these 2 apps that are in this stage. It's a little bit to get your head wrapped around. What else do we have here? We've got YouTube. So you can see YouTube's opened as a full screen, but again, you can change this. And there are some apps. What's really cool, say I open something like, this is really thoughtful what Apple have done here, because there are apps out there on the iPad that, like Instagram, they're not the right size on iPad. Instagram is really known for it. It's an iPhone shape. So if we swipe up and do a search for Instagram and open up Instagram, look what it does. It automatically makes it the size of Instagram. And you can't stretch it any further, but it makes it that little, so it remains as a little Instagram. Then you could, once you open something like GarageBand with it, you can bring in Instagram and it sit over the top. So anything that opens up on an iPad that opens up like an iPhone still will open up like an iPhone shape, but it won't look ugly anymore. It won't be this huge app with a tiny little thing in the middle. So this Stage Manager is really going to help with those apps that haven't been optimized. Again, if we swipe over, let's bring in LumaFusion as well. So now we have a stage with GarageBand. We've got Instagram. And what else can we bring in here? Let's bring in AUM. Who would have thought, hey Joshua, good to see you. Who would have thought in this day and age that you would have on the screen at the same time AUM? Let's bring in some stuff. Let's bring in Terra Pro, which I was going to do today, but I moved it till tomorrow. Because Terra Pro is a really big app. It's with a few of them, it'll really hog some resources. Terra Pro. Let's open another Terra Pro. Shall we? Another Terra Pro. Jesus, we got 3 Terra Pros. I should just be copying these, shouldn't I? Let's do this. Select. Copy here. We'll open another one. Copy here. We'll open another one. All right, so we've got running 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Terra Pros. And let's Open a mix box as well. Yeah, let's do that. Let's open a mix box too. Why the fuck not? Mix box. Oh, where is it? It's not showing up for me. Maybe I don't have it installed. Oh, it's an effect. Oh, let's put it. I forgot it's an effect. Let's put it on here. Mix box. There we go. AU. All right. So got a lot of shit. Plus, we can switch. We can move this, and so we've got. Click on this. Let's hit play. So we're playing LumaFusion. We're playing GarageBand. Holy shit, man. And we've got 6 instances of holy shit, man. And we're playing a chord here. And if you can see, look at the DSP on AUM. 25%. 25%. Do a screen record as well? Fucking why not? I don't think I have it set here. Oh, there it is. Do a screen record as well. Hang on, I'll add keys to every one of these. So we're playing it all at the same time. We've got LumaFusion playing. Whoops. What's it say? 44 DSP. Oh, I haven't got Mixbox connected. Fuck, we better add something in Mixbox, yeah? Add a patch. What have we got? Keys. There we go. 51 DSP. Exactly, Audible. Terra Pro struggled on my iPad 2018 with 2 instances. I got 6 running. I got LumaFusion. I got GarageBand, and they're all playing. Oh, we've had a moment. We've had a moment. Mind you, I just hit. I did hold down about 10 keys there. So obviously if I just went like this on the keyboard. See, hit all the keys, you're gonna. Yeah, boom. Boom. So we get some stuck notes there, but that's okay. Let's how do I stop all this shit now? Hang on, I've got to go back and play the video as well. Boom. All right, let's stop all this. GarageBand. Wow. Just wow. And, you know, hey, Stage Manager's got a lot of flack too. During the beta, it was quite buggy. There was quite a problem, quite some problems with it. This is iOS 16.1. I updated it last night. As soon as I got the iPad home, pretty much I updated it to 16.1, where they have done, they worked on some issues with Stage Manager because there was some issues with it. But again, you can see, if I zoom in with Stage Manager, you can see over here, we have, what's interesting with this too is when I move the mouse, it's because I'm in GarageBand. Anyway, let's hide these or minimize. Oh, Scott, we had fucking Instagram running as well. We'll close Instagram. That's a lot of power. That is a real, yeah, exactly. And the switching is nuts. Look at this, just tapping on the side. Look how quickly these things are tapping out. Boom, boom. Over to YouTube. So YouTube can be stretched. They've all got kind of different properties as well with the stretching. And when what I really like, I have to admit, I know I've spent a lot of time on Stage Manager, but I think it's and is this got anything to do with the iPad? Of course it does, because the iPad is able to handle this. Will this be as good on an iPad 2018? I think it's going to be pushing it. I think, I don't think you'll be able to do what I just did then. Absolutely, you won't be able to do that. What even is Stage Manager? This is Stage Manager. So it's a multitasking thing they've included where you can have multiple apps on the screen, which I just demonstrated having a whole bunch of things running at the same time. But this is how snappy it is. I mean, opening GarageBand to YouTube, to LumaFusion, to the Photos app, to AUM with a bunch of instances of Terra Pro. It's incredible. And to make these windows full screen, all you need to do is grab on this little icon down here and just pull down. And there's your full screen. So it's a little bit different. Uh-oh, we've got a bot. We've got a bot. We've got a bot.
Why do I need a sex bot when I have Jade?
Thanks, Ron. We've got a bot. Thanks, Thomas. So it is something new. You can something new. Seeing this little circle down the bottom, but at any time you can swipe up from the bottom and shrink these down. What has Jim said here? Can I have 2 instances of Launchpad on the same screen? Well, let's find out. So again, the usual way to use multitasking, if you swipe up, the multitasking's still here, but you'll notice in here now, it's a little bit different. So you have the individual things, individual apps that are open, but you'll notice this one, this stage here has photos and settings connected to it. So it remembers what apps are grouped together in stages. And again, you can just swipe them away very easily. Let's see, can we do Launchpad? Let's have a look. I'm guessing we're going to be able to. Looks like we're going to be able to. Do I have any projects in here I can load? Why am I not signed into my Launchpad? Or am I? I don't know. Library. All right, let's load in one of my things I've made. So here's Launchpad, and now we'll try and open another. Can I open another Launchpad? I don't know. I don't even know how you launch another one. I've only had add another window. All right, let's. It didn't work. Or did it work? No. I'm choosing another app. There we go. So some of them probably aren't going to work. So I couldn't get 2 launch pads to work. What about if I try just loading another one? Nope. No, so 2 launch pads won't work. I don't think you'd get 2 garage bands either. But, I mean, I can launch, this and a garage band. I wonder if I can open an Aurea Pro. Aurea Pro's a pretty beefy thing. I mean, I've only had this for a little while. Look at that. Holy shit. Holy shit. This will be the test. Oh, look at that. Your project you're loading. Oh, no, it's not even. This thing is really bad. Normally, if you have open GarageBand and Aurea Pro absolutely shit. I'm still screen recording. thing's awesome. Look at that. She's a domestic terrorist, folks. I was still screen recording. All right, so we've got Audio Pro open. Now I've got GarageBand open, and we got Audio Pro open. Oh my God, look at that. Let's open LumaFusion as well. Let's get them all happening. Let's get LumaFusion, boom. Look at that. Let's open up Procreate as well. Procreate, boom. We got Procreate. So let's drag in Audio Pro. Let's drag in GarageBand. Holy shit. It's very, very impressive. It's very, very cool. Still screen recording, and it still is not slowing down or anything. That's super cool. And I'm not sure. We haven't even covered the pencil yet. I don't know if this is... Oh, look at that. So here's my pencil. Let's talk about the pencil. So the new feature on here is this pencil that you don't touch the screen with. You hold it away. You just... I'm not even touching the screen there. And look what happens. The little light lights up. And I'm not even touching the screen. So this is the new feature of iOS 16 with this Apple Pencil 2. I don't think I can get a better view of me showing this. Maybe I can grab this camera here. And let's see. So I'm definitely not touching it. Look at that. And it's picking that up. So that's pretty cool. So you can move your timeline. Wonder what else you can go. That one doesn't work. Definitely for those controls. And down here too, the controls are happening. So that's pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't think it's been updated yet for Procreate, even though they're saying, you know, this is going to be incredible for Procreate. Now, as you can see here, we've gone back to Launchpad, and over here we have running in the background as a group, as a stack over here. We've got Procreate, Audio Pro and GarageBand. Now, does this pencil work on here? No. So there's going to be a lot of apps that need updating. That's definitely a thing. Let's close these out for now. How cool is that? When you swipe away a group, it swipes away one piece at a time, which is nice. So again, with the pencil, I'll show you here. So when I hover it over the apps, they get larger. You can see them animating and moving as you drag it across. So it works really well, this pencil thing. And currently, I think it only works, just let me do this, so just in case I put up any sensitive information here. Drawing not supported. Drawing using Apple Pencil is only supported on Notes if you're cloud or on my iPad accounts. Okay. Here we go. Cool. Notes. Let's try this. All right, we're good. So I thought this pencil would work with this hover thing, but it's actually not showing up yet. Oh, yeah, it's working here. So I'm not touching it, but if you look down the bottom, the pencils are moving. So all the buttons are working here. What's another really cool thing with the text I found with the pencil now? When you open up, I forget which app it was. When you write, the text box gets larger for you to write in. Where was? Oh, it was in messages. Let's go. We'll go over here. Where can we go? Look at that. Watch this. So, see how the message box popped open there? Let me just start a new message, right? And if I put the pencil, I'll show you, try and do it here. Watch, it's not even touching. See how the box gets larger? And the reason it does that is so you've got more room to actually write in here. So it's giving you more room. So how intuitive is that now? So it actually gets bigger so you can write, get fucked. Oops, didn't want to do that. Really cool. I don't know if you can draw stuff in here. No, that didn't work. So yeah, we'll go over to Procreate because I don't think they've updated Procreate as yet. We'll get this out of here. Let's open up Procreate because what's supposed to happen is, we'll open this project up here, is when you hover, it's supposed to like show the little dot there, but it looks like it hasn't been updated as yet with Procreate. Or I thought there was a setting you may have had to turn on for it to actually work, but I haven't found that setting. And I've watched a few videos on it, and it doesn't look like it's been updated. But I think they did promise that it's coming in the next update. So that's going to be really cool to be able to like hover your pencil over the top and then choose a pencil size beforehand, or mix a color, see the color beforehand. So that's going to be really good. I mean, this app is incredible anyway. Overall, the thing is, this thing is snappy as fuck. And as you've seen, we've put it through some stress tests already today, and it's handling it. I'm pretty much expecting to not have too many troubles with this new iPad, especially in something like GarageBand. It's going to be pretty hard to create the, what's it called? It's a swirling icon of death. Oh, remind me what you upgraded from. I upgraded from the 2018 iPad Pro. That's funny, Cuzzo. It probably does, you know. Left-handed people, we're treated like shit in this world. Oh, look who it is. It's
Boom.
It's
Boom.
It's
Boom.
boom. What's going on, Jeff? So, anyone else who I may have missed, I'll see you later, Papa Tom, who's heading out of here. So, yeah, as I said in the beginning, if you got an older iPad, this is definitely the way to go. 2020 only has 6 gigabytes of RAM. It's on an old chip. But if you're on last year's model, don't even consider upgrading to this. You're going to use Stage Manager absolutely fine. And the reason that is because if you've got 16 gig, I don't think you're going to have too much hassle. It's going to run really, really smooth. I can't tell you the difference between if it's faster or not than last year's model. But compared to the iPad 2018, it is fast, man. It is snappy. It is super snappy. And the whole process of it, setting up was fantastic. Hey, thanks, Mars. I'm glad you like it. Go and check out the album, man. The Symphony of Stupidity is the album that is taken from. Works on an M1. Yeah, it should do. I mean, the chips are amazing. Like, this is the thing, if you've got an M1, I wouldn't sit there feeling robbed and going, I feel like, I don't have, I'm not up to what the Joneses have, because let's face it, we're at the point now with iPads where we've got too much power. 2 years ago, we were all banging our fists going, I want more than 6 gig of RAM. I want more. And now we've got plenty. We've got too much. And now iPad has finally got ahead of the game. And now we're waiting for desktop quality apps to be made for this. Now we're waiting for, the Logic Pro. We're waiting for all this stuff to happen. And iPad's got ahead. But the question is that I want you to think about now with all this advance in technology. Thank you so much, Jim, for the kind super chat. You rock, and the dancing man is letting you know. The question is, and I've seen a lot of debate about this, once desktop quality apps start coming to the iPad, the prices of apps are going to go up. Are we going to see what I expect we're going to see? A lot of people crying, a lot of people bitching. The same people who have been yelling for years and years, we want desktop quality apps. And when they come and they're being asked $30, $40, $50, are people going to cry? Are people going to cry when Apple finally release Logic on iPad and they charge you $100, $129? Are people going to cry? You know, I expect so, because that's what it is. And the people who are going to be crying the most are the people who have every app and make no fucking music, because those people are the fucking largest crybabies in this community, in this iOS sphere. Yeah? Anyway, is there anything else you guys want to ask about this beast before I get out of here? I don't want to hold up too much of your time, because I know your time is precious, and there's so many people who make content on YouTube at the moment. You know, there's so many people who make great content, and you should be checking out some of the amazing content that people make on here. And I don't want to steal all of your time. I'm excited. I'm really glad I bought this. I saved up really hard for it, and it's going to be worth it. I future-proofed my show here so I can continue bringing you app reviews and demonstrations and making music and videos and all this stuff. So I'm stoked. It's going to keep the channel going. I want to once again thank all of my Patreons, all of my amazing Patreons here who support me each and every week, each and every month. The people who send super chats and the people who are Wart Warriors for supporting me, because I'm able to buy something like this to continue the show. So, you know, this is your show. I'm going to say it, right? This is your show. And yeah, I can do that as well. Okay, so of course I can. But this is your show, guys. You know, I may sit here and act like a dickhead every day and get up and talk too much, play people's music, piss off some people in the community because I just don't get into reviewing the app straight away, or I'm trans and people are offended by it, whatever it is. But I do this so you are informed about apps. I do this because I want to support your music and want to see you all make the best music you possibly can. And it's all about you. So thank you for helping me continue to do this. This has been over 2.5 years so far doing this, and it's a blast. I love doing this every day. This keeps me living. All right. And this iPad's awesome. And I saw a question here before I go. Where was it? Logic on iPad for $120 would be a bargain. Absolutely, it would be. A stripped down version of Logic for $129. Fuck, take the money, bitch. Take the money, you know? Absolutely. Thank you, Mars. Jim asks, would it be worth the upgrade for my iPad Pro late 2020? I think so. The question is more, Jim, is your iPad 2020 struggling? Are you doing things? Are you making enough music or making enough video or whatever it is that you're making, and that device is struggling? Like, it's not up to me to tell you if it's the right decision. It's up to you to gauge what your current iPad is capable of doing for what your needs are. If it's struggling, if it's choking in AUM or with 3 instances of Terra Pro or whatever, and you want more, then yes, absolutely. Only you can answer that question, right? If it's not struggling now, hold out. Maybe next year will be a refresh. If it's not a necessity, right? Absolutely, don't waste the money. Use what you have if it's working. Don't rush out and waste the money. because, yeah, everything's going up and money is, everyone's struggling with money. Don't put yourself in a position that you can't afford, you know? Exactly. So, as I said, I got this because of you people who support me here and my very frugal saving. Trust me, I've been watching my money in my bank account, wanting to spend it, fuck. And yesterday to actually dump, I'll be honest, I did get this at a cheap price. I got this about $700 cheaper than what it was worth. But I'm not telling you how I did it. But yeah, it was quite painful seeing over $2,000, $2,500 disappear from my fucking bank account yesterday that I've been watching grow over like 5 months. But yeah, it's worth it because this thing's beautiful. All right. I'm going to get out of your hair for the day. I've prattled on way too much. Always for yourself. Whatever you've got, if it's working for you, you don't need the gas. You don't need the ass. Just keep making stuff. Just keep producing stuff and keep getting better and keep pushing yourself to step outside your boundaries and do things that make you happy. Yeah? On that note, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make us better and we all rise together. And I'll see you tomorrow because we are looking at this tomorrow. No, not that. No, she's a domestic terrorist. We are looking at Terra Pro tomorrow on the show with the new in-app purchase. And boy, is this thing sick, man. There's so many presets. There's like 6,000 presets in this thing for $7. It's cray-cray. You're going to love this app tomorrow. It's fucking awesome. And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. As Hippie would say, boom, 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 boom. Mistakes make you better. Do what makes you happy. Blah, blah, blah. We all rise together. Bye.